Hello everyone! Welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today, I said yesterday we're going to do the resin mold box. We're going to do probably one, I don't know what's in here. Treasures of the Enchanted Attic for June of 2026. So I know I'm into June already. So you got to be patient with me. Some of you probably already have received this box if you have the subscription to them. So you can get the subscription to the box or you can just buy one mold. So in my description box, I give you the links to both of those opportunities. So if you only want one mold, you just buy one mold. If you want the box, then you'll get all the molds. So that's pretty cool. And this is the paper that comes with it. It tells you a little bit about the mold, and it tells you the mold volume in ounces and milliliters. And oh, look at that! It's a little lantern. I love lanterns. That's cool. Ooh, I'm gonna need the pressure pot for that. I could already tell. Usually, in the past, these volumes were not correct, but recently they've been much more correct. So let's hope that they're much more correct. Oh, look at that. I'm just looking at these pictures as I'm talking to you. Oh, we got lots of them. We have 7 plus a bonus mold. Okay. Let's go. Number 1 is that lantern. Starry Solstice. Sometimes they put extras in here. And today's extras are these. Oh, these are pretty. Little flat back rhinestones in like a diamond shape. All right, let me find. They don't number them anymore, so we just have to figure it out. Oh, it's not that big. It's kind of cute. Sorry about the paper rattling, but there's no way around it. I don't have my microphone yet. And if you guys end up hearing background talking, it's because I don't have my microphone and I'm in the family room until the space is ready. So Don and Anthony go in and out doing their thing. Awesome. This is cute. It's not that huge, but I like it. It's like that big, if that tells you anything. And of course, it's smaller inside the mold. So there's that. Number 2, and that one says 4.78 ounces, so 5 ounces. April Showers umbrella vase. That's going to be adorable. I love vases lately because I get to mess with dried flowers. And I do know where my flowers are out there in the barn if I need them. Get this one out. This is only 2 ounces, it says. So here is the handle, and here is, that is so cute. That's going to be really cute. It's going to sit like that. We're going to have, you have to glue the handle together, obviously, and put it on there. So that is number 2. Let's see, the Legacy Empress Crown Frame. What is that? That's this one. This one's pretty big. It says 4.1 ounces. And that is this one. Except, I'm just wondering, what do you do? Is it a picture frame? Heart-shaped frame topped with an ornate royal crown was once the centerpiece of an attic gallery. The European-style scrolls wrap around your photos like a warm embrace. Okay, it's a photo frame. That's cute. Oh, if I would have just looked at the picture, they got it right there with a photo in there. Okay, that is number 3. Number 4, the Lunar Heirloom Relief Jar, which is this little guy, 1.7 ounces, a nice extras mold if you end up with a couple ounces extra. That is this one, and it's a moon with some scroll work and stars on it. That's kind of cute. I think it's like a... Oh, they have a good idea. Glow-in-the-dark pigment in the moon section for a nighttime surprise. Oh, it's like a little... It holds stuff. Anyway, there's an opening here. I don't know if it's good enough for a little votive candle or not. Not real flames, you guys. LED only. You don't put real flames in resin. It will burn and melt. I already have this one. I've done this one before. The Attic Messenger Dragonfly Plaque. I did this one a while back on a challenge with Dawn. And you know, it came out stunning because I did the water ripple effect on it. So I poured clear, I brushed a chameleon color on it, I poured half clear, brushed chameleon on it, then I poured black over it, and when you flipped it over, it was stunning. It was so, so pretty. That one holds 2.7 ounces. The Golden Fortune ribbon bag. Is that this one? No, that's this one. Oh, this is like a little vase too. Oh, how cute is that? We got some vases this month. I think they realized how much we loved those little vases, and now they gave us 2 of them. So this one holds 10 ounces. Wow, that one holds a lot. So make sure you use a resin that can go that deep, that tall. I know Let's Resin can do that, but I don't know about any other brands without flash curing. The Lace Heart Stacking Dish. Oh, this is so cute. This is like a tiny version of that stunning one that I did from Into Resin with all the crystals all over it. So this is the dish and this is the stand. Now it's got a ring around it because it was packaged like that. So that totally stinks. That'll be there forever, unfortunately. They did not package them nice. So when I pour this one, that means I'm gonna have to top coat it because that ring is never gonna come out. This one holds 4.4 ounces. All right, and the last one is the bonus one. The Grand Slam baseball box. So it's a little baseball jar. You got the stitching. Oh, that should be real fun to paint on there. You might want to do that after. And then you have the lid. So those of, oops, the lid goes this way and the stitching lines up. That's good. So those of you who are baseball fans or don't know what to make for your husbands, here you go. I think they're going to love that. All right, so I'm going to get me a plan together, grab all my stuff, see what I need, and then I will mix up some resin. I picked 2, and before I begin, I didn't even pick colors for them. I'm going to do this umbrella and this little, I don't know, little moon jar. So I just measured them with alcohol, 3.5 for the both of them. So what I'm going to mix up 4, so I already know I'm going to have extra. And since I don't have things at my fingertips, I pulled out the cabochon mold that I have sitting here, and I have the new chameleon flakes. These are the 8 color by Let's Resin, and I think I'm just going to paint a bunch of these because it's just easier to take whatever color that you have. You can add black to it and then throw them in here, have some beautiful cabochons done. This one is, what is it? Lime blue. We'll do a couple of each color. I don't need that many for a 1/2 ounce, but what's the difference? I might as well do a bunch because I'm sure I will have more extras every day. And I just can't reach around and grab anything right now. So that's that too. And then let's just do, I don't know, let's do like 8 of them and have them ready. Some of these already have stuff in them. I need some Q-tips. I'm not used to sitting, you guys. This is crazy. You can hear my chair in the background rolling around. My tile. I'm just not used to sitting down, but I can't do it any other way at the desk. This desk came in super duper handy. If you guys do nails, I did my nails finally after like 2 weeks of not having them done. And I sat right here and did them. It was the perfect little place to do them. And if your family doesn't like the fumes, you just pull it out. This one says pink olive. I'm trying not to get it in all of these, but I'm gonna end up, I already had some in there, which is part of the reason I'm doing this again, because I didn't want to pour extras in here and then have a little bit that was messed up from the last time I used this with the flakes. So let me know what you think about. I don't know, this is a good time to take a poll because I usually pack my table full just to get a lot of things done and keep catching up. But some of you might just like 1 or 2 little projects at a time. That way you could see all the steps that I do on the things, and I don't really have to fast forward a whole lot of it because I just don't like my videos to be 2 hours long. I mean, we all have a life, so I do fast forward some of the finish work, but I figured if I'm gonna do 1 or 2 little things, I can do the finish work with you, because some people that are new to resin don't necessarily know little tips and tricks to finish it. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let me just do 2 more. That one was violet aqua. This one is violet blue. It doesn't really matter if you clean off your brush with this stuff. They all are gonna blend together. That was enough for both of them. I do burnish them in. You don't have to. You can use them as a flake, and you will have a different outcome if you just sprinkle them in, is if you are burnishing them like I'm doing right now. You will also get a different outcome if you fill it with black, white, blue, green, red. It doesn't matter. Whichever color you end up choosing is going to... Let me get this out. Oh my gosh, I just totally sparkled up my brand new house. It is forever now in this house. Forever. There's no going back, but that's okay. There was probably not 1 drip of glitter in this house before I walked in here, and now it's like glitter explosion. Okay, I'm gonna mix up 4 ounces after I figure out what I'm gonna do here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me just put some stuff away. I like to be organized, and then I will figure out what I'm gonna do.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage. Colors are loud like they're breaking the cage.
I mixed up 4 ounces, and as I was mixing, I forgot to brush on the handles of the umbrella, so I want to do that too really quickly. I pulled out holographic, is it holographic? No, this is just silver. They do have a holographic in their other kit though. So I'm just going to do the handles with the silver. Let me get a little tiny brush, and I'm going to mix in rose gold chrome powder because I love mixing in the chromes into my resin. And that's going to be the umbrella. And I'm going to do glow in the dark yellow for the moon. But I'm going to marble it with a little bit of blue and purple, kind of like a night sky. I'm sure it probably won't resemble that, but that's what I'm going for anyway. So I pulled out the little pigment paste set that I have been using from Let's Resin for that. Okay, so let's do, let me move that, some of this, and where is my, I don't know where anything is. I'm just like constantly looking around. Just some of the chrome. You can use it as a mica. It looks beautiful, and I want to dissolve that first. A little alcohol before we stick in our resin. We will put this through the vacuum chamber. That's because I don't think we need a pressure pot for these little things. So let's do just over 2 for this one because I know I have to do the handle too. We'll do that much. And just mix that up really good, and then we will get these bubbles out. That is so pretty. I'm going for like a parasol look. Very Victorian, maybe. I don't know. Okay, this is the yellow one. Let's Resin. It comes in this kit of 12 glow-in-the-dark pigments. I just did, oh, this one's not open, but I just did a whole video on all of their different powders. I also did a live for all of their different powders, but I have a video out there. If you missed that, you can see 7 of their kits being used in one video, which was pretty cool and informative. Sometimes I take my mortar and pestle. Oh, there's something in there. Oh, maybe it's from my stick. And sometimes I grind this. It is a little bit more coarse than a normal mica powder, but because I don't know where it is, I'm not going to be doing that. So let's just dissolve it just as well. It's more grainy, that's all. And then I'll mix it up a little bit. Add it right back into the cup. Try to get it all out. And you can add more if you want to, but I don't think I will. Just get it mixed evenly, and then we will go ahead and vacuum chamber it. Now the chrome powders, it doesn't matter what color you put behind. So in the silver, I can just fill it with the pink. It doesn't matter. It will still be silver when it comes out. So, all right, let's get these bubbles out.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky.
Okay, so let's get these poured slowly. I'm gonna spritz it with alcohol, because I'm sure it's dried by now from measuring it. And I'm gonna pour this first before I'm sure I'll have enough, because I made a ½ ounce extra. I'm just gonna go really slow, and then I'm gonna go around those edges with my hand and squeeze, because I'm assuming that's where the bubbles would hang out. Of course, we only learn from the first time we pour a mold. This one's gonna be so cute. I can't wait. I gotta go find my flowers. Look at that pink. I usually only brushed my chromes on until recently I started mixing them in and realized just how pretty they were. I wonder how hard it's gonna be to glue that handle together though. Oh gosh, do I not have enough for the handle? You gotta be kidding. I'm gonna end up using my dough mat. Oh my gosh, nothing left. I'm sure there will be some yellow left, right? Okay, well, if not, I will be mixing up some more. Let's see what we can do at marbling the glow in the dark. I hardly ever use glow in the dark, so I don't know what to expect. Let's spritz this. Get that down in there. That little point is the only point I'm a little worried about right here at the tip. Now these you gotta mix up pretty good. These are their 18 color opaque resin pigments. But make sure you mix them good before you use them. I must have put the ball bearing in this one because this one doesn't have it, so I wonder if this one's even open. I know the blue is gonna be open. Let's see if the purple's open because I don't know. Is it not open? I can't use that one today, shoot. I don't know where my pins are. Actually, I do know where they are, I just can't grab them yet. Let's do regular purple instead of light purple. Surely this one's open. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so, wonder if my alcohol dried. Try that again. I like to kind of tip it over because sometimes I lose it as if I tip it over after the fact. I'm just dripping 2 drops of each color, taking my scribe, just kind of swirling it around and see what kind of effect we can get. If you run out of color, let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that might be cool. If you run out of color, you just add a little bit more. Do 2 purple and 2 blue. Take a long thin stick, kind of swirl it in there. Wouldn't that be hilarious if I don't have enough? When I thought I made extra, which is why I painted that thing. The cabochons, okay. there's some in there. That might be really pretty. I've never done marbling in glow in the dark. I wonder what you're gonna see in the dark. And Lord knows I'm gonna be working in the dark tonight because I do all the time. So we'll definitely be able to show you what that's gonna look like. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is just get this into a smaller cup. Let's, I don't know. Let's tint this black. Where's my stick? Oh, it's in the pink. Let's tint it black just for the sake of getting the best color out of the silver. And I don't know how much we need, so we're just gonna do all of it. And then if I have any left, let me grab a little spatula. I keep hitting the camera with my head, you guys. If you see the screen shaking, I'm gonna have to do some adjustments because I can't get used to the setup here. That's what it is. Okay. That's done. Let me grab black. There it is. Or you can use alcohol ink, or this is just right near me, so I'm going to use this. Let's turn it black. Since we have the opportunity, and we should have plenty to do this, let's see how hard it is to fill this tiny little thing. And I don't think I want to dome it, just because I know I have to glue it together. And I domed it. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I was gonna say, and I domed it anyway. I do have the fan running in here, so if you hear something, it is the built-in fan. If you missed yesterday, going over this new workstation. Let me see from a side view. See, this is why I don't like to sit down. I can't get up and I'm hitting my head on everything. I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. So, I do not know if I have enough to fill a cabochon. Let's move this out of the way. And this out of the way. I need things organized in this space. Let's see. Can we mix the black and the pink together? Why not? Let's try it. Let's just try it. You know, I'm missing those tiny little cups that I like sometimes too. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter to marble it because I just poured it into the one that has, well, that was kind of stupid. I wasn't thinking. Oh, that would have made a nice marbled one too. Oh well. You're not going to see the marbling. So I might as well just scrape this into another one and then I can fill up the other one another day. Because it doesn't matter what color goes in there. You're going to see the, what do you call it? Mica flakes. Or chameleon flakes. Actually, look at this. I might have two. I have two. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Awesome. Okay, I am going to just let these sit. That's my newest thing since I overdid it one day last couple weeks and I turned the heat mat on too soon. And I basically cooked it because I was in a hurry. I'm just gonna wash my tools here. So last, I don't know, it was an into resin mold. It was a lot of resin and I wanted to get it done because I had messed it up if you missed that video. So I quick filled it, turned the heat mat on high immediately after pouring, and it basically cooked my resin and I had millions of bubbles. So now I'm very, very cautious about when I'm turning my heat mat on, because you live and you learn and you make mistakes and you just keep going and you don't try not to make those mistakes again. So now what I've been doing is letting them gel up a little bit, not completely cured. Make sure everything's off your heat mat, like stuff like that. And then once it's like pretty solid and not liquidy anymore, I will turn the heat mat on for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then cool it down. I try to let it cool down, but most of us on YouTube just can't wait. So, but best results is to let it cool down, and especially that one, it's going to be pretty flimsy if I don't let that cool down. So check out the comment of the day. I'll see you in a sec. I think it's safe to get them out. It's been all day and it's evening now, so let's get these out. These are still a little bit bendy because they're so thin, but I think it'll be okay. It came out perfectly silver. Then I'm gonna have to figure out what glue to use to glue these together. Right like that. And then it actually looks really good. You can barely see that seam. So we got a nice silver handle that's gonna go right there, I think. Yeah, right there. Okay, but let's get the extras out. Only 2 of them, and I don't remember what color these are. Ooh, that must be violet blue or something. It's also got green in there. That is gorgeous. I think I'm just gonna leave this sitting right next to me for a little while. So these 2 were both the same. I should have done 2 different, but look at that. Chameleon flake. Gorgeousness. Ah, I forgot to go look for the bales today. Stinker. Okay, no problem. Let's get this out. I'm probably going to, well, it's a pretty soft silicone. But you know what? Let's make it easy on my life. And spray it to help. Let's just move that. You could use soapy water. You don't have to use alcohol. I know alcohol is expensive. Actually, soapy water is better for your molds, to be honest with you. So do as I say, not as I do, right? How many times did we tell our kids that growing up? Look at that, popped right out. Now this one is thin in certain areas because of where that little jar is. So let's, ooh, that came to a nice point too. Nice. That poured great. I didn't even really squish it now that I think about it. I think I looked at it, but I didn't really squish it or anything. I'm trying to get my mold back. There we go. Here. I mean, can you see the purple and blue? On the bottom you can. Kind of blended. You can see a little bit right there. I may have to use my gilding paint. Oops. Because that's going to be too hard to see to paint that. So I might use, I don't know, the gilding paint. So that's a cute little jar. I don't know. I don't have a votive candle handy, but I don't think it will actually fit one. It's kind of small. So we're going to get pictures of this in the dark. All right, let's do this one. Then I need to go find my flowers because I want to fill it. I think I know where they're. Actually, yes, I can get to them. I made a path to the flowers. You know what else I have to go find? My rhinestones, because I don't know if I could live without those for a month or however long this is going to take him. I'm not going to rush him. He's already working too hard, so I just have to work around these things. I just want to get all these edges popped out so I don't, and it's not even bendy anymore. Like I said, I let it sit for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I turned the heat mat on for an hour and a half, and then it's been cooling for another couple hours. Look at that color. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Rose gold, I think, if I remember correctly. You guys probably know because it was only a second for you, but it was all day for me. That is so cute. I want to do something with the trim, but I do have to figure out, maybe super glue will hold that, but it's going to go just like that. And there is your little parasol. I know I have my super glue around here. Let me go find it. Before I glue it, there's just a little edge because I didn't dome it. I'm just gonna take a nail file and knock that right down. Probably can wait until after it's glued as well, which is probably a better idea because it would be a little bit stronger. But I do want that edge so we don't see the line there. Not too bad. A little bit bendy because it's so thin. I am going to search that barn here in a second for my metallic markers. I hope I could find them. I really do. That looks much better than that one. That one's not trimmed. That one is trimmed. So let me just, since I've already done that one, let me just do this one. Not much. It just takes a couple little swipes to get that off. But again, it's perfectly flat without doming it. Now, if you dome it too high, it may not fit together nicely. So be careful on this one. But this is so cute. I wonder how the flowers are going to look in there, though. I guess we're going to find out here in just a few moments. As soon as I get this trimmed. I don't know how I'm going to live without my sander for very long. You know what I want to do? I'm going to wipe that down with alcohol just to make sure it's clean. In fact, what I am going to do as well, move these out of the way. I'm going to scuff up the back so that glue has something to grab onto. Somehow without breaking it, that's better. And that actually brings down that edge too. So that one's scuffed up pretty good. I do want to mention today, I know you're seeing this in like 2 weeks later. Those of you who know me and my friend Alan, I spoke about many times, had him on my channel. We did, he taught me how to do the waterfall, the resin waterfall. That was his gift to me. And the reason that was his gift to me is I didn't tell anybody when he found out, I don't know, about a day before, 2 days before we started the river table, which is why we started the river table, because he was not going to, he was going to hold that secret, how he did the waterfall. And he knew I really wanted to know. Well, about 2.5 months ago, whenever that video was started, Alan had found out for the 5th time that his lung cancer had come back. And he had fought it 4 times before and was successful. Well, this time was a little different because the lung cancer spread to his brain. I didn't want to say anything about that earlier because that was his thing. He was going to go on his channel and tell everybody. Unfortunately, today I got the news that Alan passed away yesterday. And I was texting him and texting him and texting him, and he wasn't reading my texts. So we did call his phone, and his son answered. And the second I knew his son answered the phone, I knew it was over. So thank you for all those of you who I did ask for prayer for him. Unfortunately, he didn't. He made it longer than they thought. They thought weeks. He ended up with a couple months. I had him over for dinner. How long ago did we have Alan over for dinner? About 1 week ago.
About a week and a half, maybe a week to a week and a half.
So we made him his favorite meal and he enjoyed it. And I knew that day he had to go, he went home right away because he wasn't feeling well. And I knew that day that he may not make a couple more days. But I didn't say anything, of course, to him. I would never say that to him, but I just knew in my heart that. I could tell. It went fast. It went so fast. So he is at home. I'm jealous that he is where he is, really. He is a new believer. He came to Christ when he found out that he didn't have very much longer to live. So it doesn't matter at what time you come to Christ in your life. It could be the very last second in your very last breath. You're still going to end up with the Lord in heaven at home where you belong. So I'm very, very thankful that he did end up coming to Christ at the very end. So I'm gonna miss him. He was like a grandpa to me. He was awesome. I've known him for a few years, and when he found out that he was gonna pass away soon, the first thing he did, like the next day, he texted me and he said, "Hey kiddo, I got some news today," and he told me what it was. And you would think when you get some of that news that your form of art is the last thing on your mind, but it wasn't with him. He wanted to immediately teach me how to do the waterfall so we can use it and pass it to you guys and just pass it along. And that's what we did. So we pushed through. We got that waterfall done. We got to see him a lot during it. We spent a lot of quality time together. And the sad thing is he said that we spent more quality time with him than a lot of his family, which was unfortunate for him. But I'm glad we got to spend it with him. So I am going to miss him. And he was a master at pottery. He was a master at resin tables. He only did tables. And he told me, we had a lot of conversations when he found out, and he told me that he's going to do art until the day he dies. And that's exactly what he did. And he knew, because when he did his last table, he borrowed some of my tabletop resin to finish it because he knew he would never be able to do another one. And that's why he had sold us the slabs of wood that you may have seen in GNGMICHELLE's video. So I just pray for his family to get through this time. But I'm gonna miss him. He was a cool guy. He was a really cool guy. But anyway, I don't want to go on and on about that. I just glued this together. It held great, but now it's not even because I wasn't paying attention. So I don't know how I'm going to get that to fit in there. Oh, it's still going to fit. Okay, that's good. So maybe I'm going to glue that down. So yeah, today was sad to hear that I can't talk to him anymore. But I'm so happy of where he is. I am so jealous that he's at our real home, and he's not hurting, he's not suffering. He's in perfect health where he's at. So okay, I think that's good. I'm gonna go out to the barn, and you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of glue around this base. And see if I can get it to drip down there. All right, so that should help hold it. Let me go find my markers and some flowers. And maybe I'll find my bales while I'm out there. I don't know. You won't know. It'll be a second for you. It could be hours for me. That was only 5 minutes, you guys. That wasn't too bad. So I got some bales, and I'm going to finish the 2 that I did yesterday, too. So I just have flat back bales. I just put a little bit of... I have to go find my E6000. I have more of it. And I'm almost at the end, and I gotta go find it. I think I know exactly where it is, I hope. And of course this is gonna be dried because it's been a couple of weeks since I've used it. Let's just, oh goodness, is there nothing There we go. I just need a dot. So I just put the tiniest bit on. Center it on your cabochon. I put mine on silicone to dry. That way it doesn't rip off. This is construction paper. A lot of people wonder what this is. It's just construction paper. So if you let it dry on top of the construction paper, you're gonna end up, oh gosh, too much coming out. That's the one thing I do not like about E6000. Although I like the glue, it doesn't ever stop coming out of that bottle for some reason. I'm just gonna scoop a little bit. Not too much, but some does end up squirting out the back of the bale. That's why I put it on silicone to dry, so it's not tearing up the paper and having paper on the back of your piece. And I have silicone sticking out of the side of my tray, so 2 more. So yay, these will be given away as freebies in some orders. And 1 more. Don't need too much. It's pretty strong. And I don't like it coming out. Now if you have to trim or sand down your edge, make sure you do that first. These were all done pretty good. This one probably can use just barely, but I'll worry about that. It's not too bad. Okay, let me just wipe that. I should have grabbed another bottle. So let's do this first. I pulled out my gilding paint. Just want to shake it up really good, or you're just going to get alcohol come out. What I do, see, this is good that I only do little couple projects sometimes. This way I can go through all the steps. I wipe a lot off because I want it pretty dry, just to go over the high points of whatever it is I'm going over. Just enough. And sometimes you have to do it a couple times. I'm missing some of it. It's getting where I don't want it to be, but I'm just going to do those sides, and I can clean off some portions that I didn't want it. And then do that again, wipe it off a little bit. And then I think I will take a Q-tip, because it is going where I don't want it to go as well, just because of the pattern of the raised areas. And that's that one. Oh, you know what? I forgot to trim the bottom because I don't have my sander here. Let me grab oh, here's one right here. If I can get it out. There must be glue at the bottom of my cup. So I'm just going to take a little bit of alcohol and just kind of clean it up where I don't want it. You got to do it quickly though, because once it's dry, it is not easy to get off. Which you all think it is easy. It's not easy. Don't worry about, I mean, if you absolutely feel you need to seal something, of course seal it, but it's really hard to get these things off once it's dry. I'm just getting it off the areas I don't like it. Like the non-erased portions. Get that off. Perfect, perfect. See that little spot right there where it's not raised? Just want to get that off between these stars. And I did find my markers. Well, the markers I was talking about yesterday. I have all my metallic markers. I just didn't have my silvers and golds out, but they were pretty easy to find. I'll just get a little bit more off here. All right, I think I'm going to go over some of these stars just to make them stand out a little bit more. I love this silver pen. Of all the ones that I have, this is my favorite. And this one too as well, if you get it where you don't want it, you gotta get it off quick. Otherwise it's really hard. Some stars, it's twinkling in the sky. We got 3 on that side, and 3 on this side. Two on this side. So this is a big thing too, but I don't know if you can even get in there to just paint that. Let me get that off here. But that would be cool. What you can do, but I don't want to do it with a marker and cover that all up. So I think maybe, what can I do? I'm going to do the edge. Just draw right down there in one felt swoop, just to line the edge. Oh, I meant to trim the bottom with a knife. Just to give it a little pizzazz. There. I don't know, as I do pieces, I just kind of see what I think that they need. Just needed to go a little bit further on the outer edge. You could see there's like a groove. Now that I'm painting it, I didn't see it before I did the marker, so I just want to go up that side a little thicker. That's cool. Then I'm gonna have to get you some pictures of it in the dark, because this is glow in the dark. Right down this side. Nice. I do want a little bit right there. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do this whole section because it's glow in the dark. And this does take a little longer to dry, so if you do touch it, you're gonna wanna touch it up because your fingerprints will be left in there. Well, there's that. I forgot to bring my rhinestones in. I'll trim that later when it's completely dry. So what I wanted to do now before, I want to, I think, paint these finials. I think that's what they would be called. With this paint. Because this stays on a very long time. Now the metallic markers that I use all the time, they wouldn't stay on quite as long. Those are a lot easier to get off than this. So I think I'm going to do all of these. These are just nice and shiny. That's why I like this silver. The silver and gold in this brand are my absolute favorite colors of metallic in any set that I've ever gotten. They're pretty cheap too. Get around all these little circles. And now I'm gonna just go on the edge. It's best, actually, which I forgot to do, I could do it now, it's best to wash this off with alcohol before you do that, because sometimes the marker has what I call a fisheye. It just kind of separates sometimes if it's not completely clean. So just take your alcohol, clean where you're going to marker it. I mean, if you did a second coat, it would be fine, but to avoid that, these don't always do great on second coats, I have to say. Any metallic markers, they kind of rub each other off. So I try to get it all good on one coat. So let's just get these done real quick. Look at what I found. I found the magic. I found the glue. I found my wax pencil and I brought in my two favorite colors, which is my silver or diamond ones and my AB stones. So now I feel complete. So what I'm going to do for this one, which I should have done it before I painted that, otherwise I should wait till it dries, but I don't feel like waiting. So these are the ones on a chain. I want to go down here. Look at this. I was like, it needs something. So I'm just going to cut them, pre-cut them with this handy dandy pair of scissors that Sue bought for me. Just like that. And I'll do one with you. And then I'm just going to do them. So see how beautiful that is? Rhinestones make everything better. I'm going to put some glue down in that channel. This way I don't have to put one stone at a time. I'm going to have to find my little pin, because sometimes if you wait too long to use that, it will clog up the tip of it. But it's easy enough to open up. All right, and then you just lay this, make sure the stone is facing up. You don't want your stones full of glue. You get a pair of tweezers. Oh, I keep knocking my head into the camera. Just like that. Just make sure it's straight. Look at that. That is gonna be so pretty. I should have cut them all, but I didn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these all done, and then we'll start placing flowers. I got that all finished. Here it is, and I went down the seam of the handle. It's still drying, of course, just to cover that seam up that I didn't do a great job on. I put a little bit of silver down at the trim, but you could probably actually put more chain down there. I should have done that, but I did not. So now I'm going to take what little glue I have left. And I always do this just for sake of, I mean, if you want to change your flowers out for seasons, don't do this. I do this because I'm shipping my pieces. Oh goodness, can I not get this out? There's not much left in here. I like to glue mine down just so they don't fall out during shipping and go all over the place. Come on now, I know I've gotten some out before. Where's my, is it dried already? Goodness. There we go. I know there's some left in there. I just go a whole good glob on the bottom. It's gonna hold that little handle in as well. It's coming out in a little stream. I guess I'll be looking for my new one for tomorrow. Come on. And then I stick my stems down right into that glue and let it dry overnight, and it will be solid. Well, that is the end of that one. Say goodbye to that glue. So I pulled out pinks, whites, purples. I have some of these little, I don't know, baby cattails or whatever they're called, which I always put in every piece. I just clip them off about as high as they need to be. I love them because they're little fluffy things. And this one is going to be much fuller than a normal vase because it's so wide. So I'm just going to take my flowers. I don't know how tall. I don't want them that tall, so I'm going to cut them. I don't want them all the same height. And I just basically fill them in and just keep filling them in until I'm happy with how full it is. I don't have any experience in flower arranging, but they typically come out pretty cute. Just try to be gentle with them because they are dried and they will fall apart. So So I'm just gonna do, I think I'm gonna stick to pink, purple, and white. And just get it nice and full. Let's do some purple. I don't have any purple in here yet. Cute, cute, cute. I love baby's breath. So we want to get baby's breath in there. I think I'm going to put some of this stuff. This was in some flowers that my son had bought me one day. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let these dry out and I'm going to use them in my vases. And that's exactly what I have been doing. And I just kind of go around it as I see fit. Let's use some more of these. I do high, I do low, just to give it a little bit of, I don't want them all the same height, put it that way. See how that one's higher? We'll do some higher over here. And then I just kind of look around the edge, put a little white over there because I don't have any. Let's add a little, oh, these are some pretty purple leaves. Not all not gonna fit down to the glue, which is fine. It's gonna just stay because the other flowers are kind of gonna hold it there. I don't know what those are, but they're cute. Here's a purple flower. Let's put that one. Do I have another one? I like things at least in 2s or 3s. Usually 3s is better. That's the little rule of thumb. So let me find a third one. These aren't going to go to the glue, but they're just going to be there for, now I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. So things look better in odd numbers. So 3, 5, 7 when it comes to things like this. And I just keep adding until I'm happy. Let's do some more. So the flowers, I will link some flowers in the description box that I have. They may not be these because I do get some from Hobby Lobby. So if you have a local flower shop, wherever you are in the world, you can look there. And if you are on Amazon, you can grab some there. And this is basically all that I do when you see me in a fast forward. Here's some blue, but I don't want blue. I think I want a little more. I have these in there, but now they're buried and I can't even see them. So I want to try to pull them back out so we can see them. Let's just get some right there. Ooh, that's pretty. And let's put some on the other side. That is so cute. How about some of this purple right around here? And some pink right here. And I think it's telling me that I am done. What do you think? I love it. This one is not very long, so it's got to stay down there. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. The first 2 molds of the resin mold box. There it is. I love it. I love it. The only thing I would do different is put the stones around the bottom edge. But maybe next time. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm gonna clean up. We'll go back to some more into resin molds tomorrow and see what we can come up with and do the same thing all over again. I hope you come back. I'll see you then. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes, a radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story her colors tell. Faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart.